This is John Patrick Hickey. I want to welcome you to our discussions on the power of reading. Reading, I just feel, is one of the most important things that we can do. Now, I'll give you a little disclaimer here. I have a passion for reading. I have read for a good portion of my life. Now, I can't say that I have always been a good reader. I have friends who've been reading since they were little kids. They just picked up books and had this desire to read. I, like a lot of young people, and we'll talk about this a little bit more in a later video, but a lot of kids found reading as a chore. It was an assignment that you were given in school. And the books that you were told to read were not books that you enjoyed at all. And so that's how I approached reading as a young person. To me, it was schoolwork. It was something that I had to do. And I muddled through and tried to do the quickest reads, and you had book reports to do, so you had questions to answer. So my purpose in reading was to answer the questions, not to gain any knowledge or any enjoyment from the things that I read. And that's not uncommon. But it wasn't until I was a teenager and I had a friend who introduced me to reading biographies. And together, he and I decided that we were going to do our own little study on all the insane monarchs of Europe. Which seems like a weird thing, but it did ignite a fire in me to read. And we read every book that we could get our hands on of all these different monarchs and all the weirdnesses that went on. It was rather very interesting, especially for a young person. But I never stopped reading after that. I had a passion for anything that I could pick up and read. I understood reading more. And you see, that's what I hope that through this series of videos I can ignite in you. That you would find that thrill of reading, that love of reading, because there is a power that we get from reading. Reading causes us to think. It causes us to analyze the things that we do. We don't just blindly accept the world around us. It ignites this idea that there's something different, there's something more, and you want to see what more. And I don't care if you're reading fiction, nonfiction, biographies, science fiction, history books, whatever it is that you happen to enjoy. Reading helps you to move forward. So, as we go through this series, I do hope that you would enjoy the process here. Reading is not an assignment. Reading is something we do to gain all kinds of enjoyment, adventure, and you will be a different person when you discover the true power of reading in your life. And we're going to talk about some reasons that people don't like to read, or at least the excuses that they give on why they don't read, in our next video. So until next time, for the Growth Center, this is John Patrick Hickey, and I do want to encourage you to live your purpose and change your world.